Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Oh.
Welcome, everyone. I am Valerie Engel Roberts, your hostess here at I Am the Brand Business Accelerator. And we're so excited that you're here today to join us with our expert, Abby Herman, who's joining us in the I Am the Brand Facebook group Accelerator from April 1st to June 30th. Welcome, Abby.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
We're so glad that you're here. And we want to know a little bit about you. So take a minute to tell us about yourself.
So I am a former teacher turn business owner. I actually started my business back in 2007 as just kind of a way to make extra money as a teacher. And in 2013, I decided I was fed up with the public education system and branched out to grow my business full time by myself. And it has, as happens in business, it has taken many turns to where I am today, which I know we'll talk about a little bit. But I am based in Phoenix. I am a mom to a 21-year-old who's graduating from college just in a couple weeks from this recording. So I am super excited to watch her kind of launch out to the world.
That's awesome. Teachers make great entrepreneurs, I think.
Oh, there's a lot of motivation to kind of have that freedom of income, which we do not get as teachers because it's all very standardized how we're paid and or not so much. And so there was a lot of motivation for me to make this work and to make the business work.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, you're right. It is highly motivating um and you have such a great skill set because education system does prepare you with a lot of tools, and teaching prepares you with a lot of tools and strategies for like skill-based stuff.
Mhm.
So I find that people who have been teachers make it a pretty smooth transition if they can endure the rocky road of not necessarily predictable income in the beginning, right? So
Yes.
you gotta be ready for that, or
Yes,
have a
absolutely. My plan was at all costs, figure it out. That's pretty much what I did over the years.
yeah. And that's kind of what you have to do. You have to
Mhm.
just be like, I'm doing this. Not if I can do this. It's like, I'm doing this no
Yes.
matter what, right? Yeah.
Yes.
But that's where
Yeah.
you come into play with supporting your clients. So talk a little bit about what you do, your business, and how you help people.
Yeah, so I started my business by doing, I call it content on demand, and I was writing website copy and emails and blog posts for clients and not really seeing a lot of traction in what I was doing. Sometimes what I would create never made it onto the internet at all. It just kind of sat in the client's inbox as just content that's ready. And so I transitioned my business. I guess it was 2018 or 2017, I transitioned into I will only work with clients who also want some sort of strategy and who will allow me to take some ownership in um, the content strategy and development. And that actually has kind of morphed even further into providing some of the fractional marketing officer tasks, I guess. So now I work in businesses who need help, like taking all of the content and the marketing pieces off of the CEO's plate and kind of developing that, on an ongoing basis. I do have some clients who I work with who I create their strategy and content for them, and then they handle all the other marketing pieces. But I really like the ownership of being able to, take a project through all of the processes. And one of the things that I have found for those clients who I'm just creating the strategy and content for, one of the things I found that is lacking or that is not happening as it should is with my air quotes, but is the other pieces. So yeah, we're creating content, we're putting stuff up on YouTube or managing a podcast for them, but they're not putting themselves in front of other audiences. So their audience gets really stagnant. They're not bringing new people in. It's so hard these days to get found organically. And so that piece where you're putting yourself out there, you're speaking on stages, you are participating in summits and bundles and things like that to really, get noticed online is, I find that that's really the missing piece. And so that's why I transitioned to doing the fractional marketing officer work to help support people with that. And so, yeah, so I kind of do like a range of things from, you know, helping with the content strategy and development through the, just taking it all off their plate for them, depending on where they are in their business right now.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes total sense and really resonates with me. I've worked with some different groups over the past few years in my journey, and excuse me, that when they can click into that PR publicity piece of like getting in front of other audiences, that
Mm-hmm.
does make a world of difference. And most people don't have the time or the know-how to do that unless they have
Yes.
somebody like you to come in and support them. That's like starting from scratch. It's like
Yeah.
having to start a whole new business or a whole new um, you know, it's like having to go back to college and learn something new to add into your business. And most people just want to do what they do. They want to be the chiropractor, or be the functional medicine doctor, or be the, embodiment coach. They don't want to be having to study marketing 6 hours
Right.
a day, right? So
Yes.
who's your ideal, like what's that sweet spot where somebody's at in their business when they're like, I need to call Abby. Like, what does that look like for them when they're like, I'm there, I'm ready for Abby?
Yeah, I mean, it's when you're potentially just time-wise maxed out because you're spending so much time in front of the computer doing those things, creating partnerships, connecting with people, creating content. Like you said, business owners want to do what lights them up and what excites them, which is, what they went into business to do. Like you said, to be a chiropractor, to be a coach, to, support people healing, doing the things that light them up, not the marketing piece. So when they're, to the point where like, I'm done, I'm spending too much time doing the marketing and maybe it's not getting the results that I'm looking for. That's the time to reach out to someone like me.
Yeah, and that makes total sense. And I think anybody who's been in business for any length of time understands exactly where you're talking about in the business,
Mhm.
that you just need that extra support.
Yes.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
share.
and I like
I'm gonna
the last thing I want to do is do my own bookkeeping and my taxes. So
no.
those are because I'm not good at it either. Like it's the last thing I want to do, and so it's the thing I would always put off. And so it makes sense to have somebody in my business to support me in that. I don't like loading the things onto all of the places, like loading podcasts and things like that. I have somebody on my team who does that for me, and she also does it for clients. So yeah, it just makes sense to let go of the things you don't want to do and that you're not good at.
Yes, yes. I love the Richie Norton book. In fact, I have it on my desk, the Anti-Time Management. And he talks about, what you're good at and what you have time for. And then you delegate, eliminate, or outsource the other
Yes.
pieces because
Hmm.
you think, oh my gosh, but that's going to cost me some money. But in the end, when you're able to do that, you're gonna advance so much further because you're doing what you're great at.
Yes. Yeah, and you're doing the things that you're getting paid to do. So if you are a massage therapist, you're getting paid to do that, and that's what you want to do. So continue doing that and expand your business that way by doing more of that and less of the behind the scenes stuff.
Yes, I love it. So we're in I Am the Brand. We're in there now. When this publishes to our YouTube channel and we start promoting this video, we have already launched. So on April 1st, I Am the Brand Business Accelerator launched, and we're going live with interactive lives, expert, spotlights, and engagement networking, all of that through June 31st. So we're in there now. We have 38 experts in there, including Abby. And We hope you're already in if you're watching this or listening, but if not, we'll tell you in just a minute how to get involved. But Abby, tell us what you're excited about sharing in the group and what you're looking forward to.
Yeah. So some of the things that I love to share about are finding out where your audience is hanging out online before you start trying to put things out there. So know where they are. So I talk about surveying your audience. I have some free tools around that. And then also determining what you could be creating. So if you are a business owner who is currently bootstrapping and you're trying to figure out how to do it yourself, which is totally, what I've done as well. Coming from a teaching background, I couldn't afford to hire people to help me in my business when I started my business full time. And so I will show you how to determine what you should actually be putting out there online. What are your zones of genius, the big ideas, the things that you can create so that you're not sitting there staring at a blank screen, wondering what the heck should I post about? What should I talk about on my blog? So I can show you how to figure that out. And then I have tons of tools and resources all around that and developing your content strategy so that you are getting the biggest impact that you want.
That's really exciting and awesome. I know a lot of people are going to be looking forward to that, but then also considering taking that step to start delegating or
Yeah.
partnering with somebody to help them with that, because it can really make
Mhm.
a difference in your business, especially if you are busy
Oh,
and
yeah.
you want to maintain your client frequency and your wait list and all that kind of stuff. And you don't want to be going back and forth with your focus. So
Yes.
really exciting stuff. So, folks, I hope that you will go to iamthebrand.info to join us in the Business Accelerator and be there live with us. Ask your questions, join the lives, interact, engage, make friends, network, all
Mhm.
of those fun things. And you can use Abby's promo code Herman to join us for just $111. We'll have that in the description of the video, so you can just cut and paste it when you go over to the website to register. Abby, do you have any last encouraging words or any last thoughts that you want to share before we wrap it up today?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I would just say that it is possible to get yourself out there and to put yourself out there. And I have personally found that maintaining a schedule and a routine for how to do that is one of the best ways that I've been able to do that. So I know that a lot of people go into business and they think I'm going to have all this freedom and I can kind of go with the flow. Personally, I have found that structure is what helps my brain the most. And so figuring out what that structure looks like is for you, and it's going to change over time, and that's okay. But figuring that out is probably one of the best things that you can do.
Yes, I totally agree. And I know that some of our experts in the group talk about productivity and scheduling and things like that. So y'all can tune into those specific guides to those areas that you need that support with. But 100% agree with you, Abby. That is key to keeping it going and not, um, you know, being on like that permanent vacation slash I want to be an entrepreneur, but I'm not making any money.
Uh-huh. Or
Roller
sitting Yeah, or sitting down at your computer every day and thinking, what am I supposed to do next? Like I literally have a list, and when it comes to the content, I know exactly what I'm going to create and when I'm going to create it. So,
Awesome. Takes that mental load off, right?
yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you again for being here today. And thank you all for tuning in and listening. We hope we will see you in I Am the Brand Business Accelerator. We're actively engaging in there now, and we would love for you to come along and be a part of that. So hopefully we will see you in there later today. Bye.
Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Oh.